All right, people, what is up and welcome back. My name is Cameron. We got Nolan behind the camera, and it has been a while since we put out a video, but we finally managed to make one for y'all. So we went to the ranch this past week. We recorded like 4 videos, or tried, and only one of them ended up working out. So one video that we did manage to get is a little bit of crappie fishing in the pond that we turned into a catch and cook. I hope y'all enjoy it. I think it turned out way better than I expected it to. So let's get right into it. All right, we are down here at the pond doing a little bit of crappie fishing now. This is what I'm throwing right here. A little bitty, I think it's a 1/16 ounce jig head. And then I have this really messed up lure because it's the only one I have. And it's just beat up because I've used it last time I was here too. Oh, that was a bite on that one. Anyways, I've already caught 2. Throwing it out, reeling real slow. It's getting late in the afternoon. They should start feeding pretty soon. Usually you can see them. There's one. Oh, missed him. Usually you can see them come to the top and flick. So we're just going to keep doing this. We're on right here. He crossed the catfish lines. Woo! Got him over. Also, don't mind the pink rod, people. Nolan was scared to use it, so he took mine. Now I got the pink rod. And it seems to be working. Alright. Good crappie. We are going to keep a few of these. This one's fat, so we'll keep him. Again, do a little catch and cook for y'all. There's number 1, so catch and cook secured. All right, I'm moving down more in the pond. Still trying to find them. All I'm doing is casting this little jig out. Not even letting it sink, just reeling. There's one. Is that a bluegill? No, little crappie, too little. Not even letting it sink and just reeling super slow with the rod tip way up. Because I basically just want this thing to be about a foot to 1.5 feet underwater. Alright, on again. Just switched colors. And first cast, got one. He's not too big. I think we're going to let him go. He's just a tad bit smaller than the first one. Oh. Nolan's now coming over here to pot lick me. There we go. Little crappie. And I'll just switch to this black and like neon green curly tail. Just because the water's so dark. Let's see if we can get another. Alright, on again. Decent one. Right. He'll keep. There we go, right there. Exactly what we're looking for. Bam. Little cattle pond crappie. We're going to throw them in the icebox, try to get about 3 more. Little one, little one. Nolan just caught one. I accidentally had the camera turned off though. But he put it in the box. Too little. Okay, hooked up on another one. Little guy, really little guy. Get him straight back in. Alright, hooked one. Small again. There's a struggle right now, but we have 3 in the cooler. No one got one over here. Well, apparently it's rip and drag, so it must be decent. Oh yeah, that's a good one, dude. No one, please flip that one good. Ooh, he'll keep. Nice. That's like the biggest one yet. Look at his mouth. Here we go. Good job. Another one for the cooler. All right, so we're taking a few more casts here. We have 4 in the cooler, I believe. And then we're about to bail out. We want to get 5, but if we don't, not the end of the world. Because we have a hog hunt to go try and film in just a minute. So, like I said, sun's setting. Taking our last couple casts, and then we'll see y'all back at the house to clean these fish up. All right, what's up, guys? So it is the next morning. We ended up with 4 crappie last night. We got one right here. We're going to show you how to clean it up. Then we're going to head in the kitchen and cook up a little brunch meal. We're going to be making fish and grits, which I've never made. I mean, I've made grits, I've made fish, never made fish and grits. So we're going to put it together and see how it turns out. So we're in the kitchen now. We got the fish cleaned up right there. We got our pots out. We got our grits ready right here. A little bit of cheese to go in them, butter, you know, the goods and necessities. So yeah, we're basically gonna be making these cheesy grits. We're gonna be cooking our fish, maybe making a little bit of like a, I don't know, a little concoction out of the grease from the fish. But first, to start off, we're gonna make our grits. So I usually just use water, but everything I've seen, you know, looking up some recipes, is you have to use chicken broth. So we're gonna get some chicken broth in here, and we're gonna get it heated up. And then we're gonna add our grits in. That's first. Is this one? All right, we're gonna bring that almost or pretty much up to a boil. And while that's happening, we're gonna start cooking our fish. All right, our chicken broth came up to a boil right here. We're gonna add in all of our grits. We have a whole bunch. Mix them all in. And then we have to be careful that they don't boil over. And we're probably gonna have to add some more water. It all depends on how you like the thickness of them. This is just 1 can of chicken broth and like, I don't know how many grits, but quite a bit obviously. And then I can already tell you, yeah, it's definitely gonna take more water, just to get them a little bit thinner. I like my grits thick. And now we're just gonna let those sit, let them simmer. We're gonna cook the fish. All right, we're gonna season up our fish. All we're using is some Slap Your Mama. Don't recommend doing that. Stuff is pretty good. It's kind of like just a Cajun seasoning. You put a whole bunch on there. All right. And now we got our pan right here, a little bit of oil. We're gonna throw in a little bit of butter. We'll probably end up using this whole thing of butter because, you know, you gotta put a crazy amount of butter in the grits. So, yep. Right there, get that mixing around. Once this gets hot, we're pretty much just gonna blacken the fish. Okay, the pan's hot, so we're gonna throw in the fish. We're gonna put the seasoning side down. So then we can add seasoning onto the other side. That butter's gonna melt here shortly, no worries. And we also added about half a stick of butter to our grits. Here we go with that. We'll let that cook. Once they start getting brown on that side, we'll flip them over. All right, so our fish is about ready to flip, but we're gonna add some cheese. This is just pepper jack that I cut up right here. And we're gonna add that to our grits. Let that start to melt. We may not need all of it, or we're gonna add a bunch. Okay, stir that around. And now we're gonna flip our fish. All right, our grits are completely done. And let me just tell you, with that pepper jack, it is absolutely amazing. Pepper jack is like my favorite cheese, and it just goes great. You can taste every little bit of it. So right here, this is gonna be the final touches on it. We have our leftover greasy stuff from whenever we cooked the fish, or melted butter with little chunks of fish in it. And then we have some onions and some tomatoes in here. I'm gonna add some garlic powder. Oh, that's a lot. Add about a giant pinch of that, and a half pinch. And then we're just gonna let these get crisped up. Then we're just gonna let these get nice and crispy over here. And then we're gonna add about a tablespoon or 2 of flour and thicken it up. And this is gonna be like a little sauce that can go over our fish and grits. All right, so we did those vegetables, added flour to them, let that brown up a little bit, added water, and now we finished it off with milk just to fix the consistency. And it looks pretty good. We've seasoned it up, a little bit of Tabasco, a little bit of Worcestershire, stuff like that. And basically all you do right now is just keep adding milk. It's kind of like we're making a roux for like bisque or whatever, but we just keep adding milk until we get it where we want it. I think it's ready, so we're gonna plate this up for you and show you how it looks. Guys, it is done. It looks great. We've tasted the grits. My goodness, it's amazing. So we're gonna take a spoonful of grits, put it in the bottom of the bowl, and we'll go 2 spoonfuls. Oh yes, that looks great right there. Now we're gonna take a piece of fish, probably this one, lay it on top, take another piece, right there, lay it like that. We're gonna come over here to our sauce, which you don't even need it, but you know what, we might as well. Lay it over it. And that right there is my first time and my first take on fish and grits. We're gonna sit down, give it a taste test, see who else wants some. But I already know it's gonna be good. But I forgot one thing, a little bit of parsley just for color. Now that is the finished product. All right, so we're gonna give it a taste test for y'all. We're gonna go in with everything put together. So sauce, fish, and grits, all right there. Ooh, let's go for it. Yeah. So I really didn't know if fish would go with grits. I've seen other people do it, but I didn't think like just putting fish, obviously shrimp, yeah, but I don't know. I thought it was gonna be different, but it goes with it great, especially because that seasoning that we put on the fish, the Sloppy Mama, has a decent amount of spice to it. And I mean, it just goes perfect. So we're gonna finish this off and then we'll see you in a minute. Well guys, we are loading up to leave. Thank y'all so much for watching today's video. That was definitely a good little breakfast before we get on the road right here. Looking forward to getting home and then getting after some big redfish, because I see everyone has been just absolutely destroying the bull reds in the surf. So that's the plan. Hopefully that'll be one of the next couple videos we put out. Like I said, thank y'all for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And for everyone that is subscribed, thank you so much. And until next time, peace.